Alright, regular old Toyota Highlander here. Got a heater problem. I thought I'd make a video because I'm getting into something pretty interesting. So it's an aftermarket stereo. There's just the factory plugs and everything to that. I'm just barely got a flashlight. And okay, so there is the temperature control unit, or the temperature blend door actuator, and that mounts right inside there where that arm is. And when I first checked it out, I could tell that arm was not moving. So of course I don't have a lot of experience at these things, but I went ahead and ordered a controller, and of course it didn't fix it. So I looked at some diagnostic values on the scan tool, and of course the unit itself, I don't know if these are part of the wires here or not, but it does not have scan tool data. Only the it's a little bit tied up against that. Better move it. Anyway, it does not have the ability to use a scan tool, so I'm going to show you what I stumbled across as a cause of the problem. Alright, so here we are. Here is the actual heater control panel. And so I took it out, took out the circuit board here. And there's also this portion that comes out with it. Somebody's been in here messing with some of this stuff. I don't know exactly what they've been doing, but there's some screws that were loose, and looks like they've had some tracks of people in there. I apologize for the mess. I do a lot of fixing but a lot less cleaning. Anyway, so basically the way this works, so this all kind of clamps into place here, and there's a couple screws holding it in place. This is what I found. I went ahead and I pulled the rheostat out of the temperature side, which is right here, and let me get that stinking camera adjusted again. Anyway, make sure it's not, there we go. So you could turn the temperature control wherever you wanted, and that little temperature blend door motor didn't work, didn't do anything. So what I found was, I opened this up not even knowing exactly what I'm going to be looking for, but as I pulled the temperature rheostat out, the wires stayed there. So if you can see that, I might need to give you a little bit better look here. You can see the wires here have become unsoldered. So it looks like we may have figured out a pretty expensive problem. Let me pull this out. They're supposed to be attached. See, normally that would be attached the same as this unit here. So it looks like what I'm going to have to do is strip this, come on camera, I'm going to have to strip these back and then desolder these pieces right here, blow those out, and then stick a fresh end in there and then tilt it back. So that's what I think I'm going to start doing right now. And so we've got our Power Probe butane soldering kit here, and I had another one. that was about a year old. It was a power probe as well. But something happened. Oh, there it goes. You can hear it. Alright, so now we're going to start desoldering this. And the way I usually desolder it, I'll take my tweezers here and get that hot, and then I'll pull that little piece out of there. Alright, so now I've got to get these wires figured out. See that back side right there? I think it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put a nip of solder on there. I'm hoping that I can keep focusing on the camera. It's an old camera. These are made by Crescent, just a little tiny pair of snippers. You can see they've got one side, and I've used them for quite a bit of wiring. Alright, so I've got that switch soldered back on there. Now I've got to get a couple of these units plugged in. You can see where that little strip there plugs into that circuit board, so I've got to do that. And then get this thing kind of back together. Now if you've ever seen these type of circuit boards, what I can tell you, what I've learned, this is the actual pin plug, and these are just absolute pain. They've got big hands and trying to get in and out of there. See, that's got to plug into that. So of course, and I've got no room here. 5-bay shop packed up into one. Anyway, so right there is how it's got to go. You got to tilt it just carefully. Okay, and then once you get it in, you have to push these edges down, and that kind of seals it in place. And then everything kind of sort of pops back together. And there's the control unit. Somebody's been in this thing before. You can see some wounds. There's some screws that are missing on the radio. There's one screw here. All the rest of them on both sides here of this unit are all missing. So they've been digging through this thing for whatever reason. Let me go ahead and get this thing on, and we'll go out to the vehicle and see if we got it fixed. Alright, let's see. I can get you here where I can. Alright, now let's see if we got keys.
Left turn ahead.
Well, thank you, but I don't need to actually go anywhere. Alright, let's see if that thing actually does something. I don't know where it's located. Oh, looks like it's trying. I'm just turning. I don't have the knob on it just yet, but that's cold, and that's coming up to hot. Alright, let me look at something here. There's cold. And And there's hot. Working again, by golly. So there's you. This is an 03 Toyota Highlander, and that's the temperature blend door actuator. Right inside the glove box there's the cabin filter. It looks like somebody's got some hokey wiring done to this thing. There's one of them things. Anyway, looks like we got her going, and it didn't take a whole complete control unit, which is what we would have had to have done. Sorry about my hand shaking, I got the camera in a weird angle. But yeah, it would have taken that whole unit. So we saved them some money. Look at that. This is Rocky Mountain Auto Repair. We're out. Another thumbs up for you.